Hello, welcome back. Last time, the unstoppable power of organizing my thoughts got drained on. I note that I have 2 star keys and I could go see what is down this ladder. But that's not today's plan. I'm gonna go to big surprise. Have I written anything here? I have. You 2 things other than monster block elevation. Okay, yeah, so we're doing this now. Kinda getting close. What did I do here? Let's just skip to the end and see. That's the state. Let's restart and zip through this quickly. So unstack lots, put those in a pile over there. Then things of interest are about to start happening. So here's where I get monster block off of statue rubble. Okay. Statue rubble gets tucked in the corner. Maybe I have another job for it someday. Whole lot of bumping against this block. That keeps happening. Oh, bump bump. This is not an optimized replay. How dare I? Alright, so looks like I am pulling that thing off the pillar. How many multi-pushes does that leave me with? Why did I go around the south side? Wouldn't the north one make more sense? What am I doing? Would not the north side have made so much more sense? Maybe there was some difficulty pushing into that space. Why didn't I go around the north? Yeah, I guess it was because it was hard to get in here to get to this switch and elevate to do that. Once this is down, I could elevate here. Oh, hey, okay, well, that's a thing I spot now. Like, getting here and putting this down just gives me a switch that's not this one that lets me get up high. Oh, I think I see the purpose of this mechanism. Okay, well this is not using my superpower, this is just noticing things. Okay, right, so that got the one solitary non-monster push block that's up high into a spot where I can start putting it in there. Okay. Once that action has been taken, I am not coming back down here, so everything had better be prepared for all of this. Okay. So, that was useful. I'm not quite ready for text yet. Give me a second. I want to play around with... how much does it take to get this switch hit? Not a lot, right? Just, every time! Every dang time. It's extra funny because I can't see myself. That adds to the comedy. Okay, so with these here, I wanted this, there, and that doing something... Actually, why would I do that instead of this? Here we go. Okay. Oh, not so straightforward. Now I can't get back up. Except here. Okay, so I get to toggle between 2 different elevation mechanisms. I can't have both at once. I can always de-elevate, but only one of these can be ridden down at a time. Okay. But that would let me... Yeah, so I have up and down as long as I take this back down. And like, I can unstack and restack from here. Hang on, okay, this is the time for playing rather than the time for thinking. Let's play. So, like... I don't need a lot to do things here now. Who would I like to put where? That's clearly not useful. If I stacked some things up here-ish, I can probably do that now. Just gonna stash you there. Get those out. Get this out. Put these around. I do remember really, really wanting to get a block here, which was impossible. That was one of my tasks. Also, doing this has eliminated an important turnaround point. So if I want things away from the north wall, that needs to happen before I have fully populated the east wall. Yeah, like this little loop, this is an important spot in the puzzle. Okay, so just for now, not worried too much about stuckness. I would want to unstack another couple of those. Let's do it in this direction. Just for now, that's all fine. I'll need one more, and this is actually a little bit awkward here. Getting to the other side of that, not so straightforward now. If I went south, it wouldn't be any easier. Aha. And I also might want to, while I'm up here, toggle to the other switch. Yeah, so if I'm not going around the south, how would I be doing this? Not like that. See, this is no good, because now I'm not down here. And that thing's not in the right place, and it can't be in this arrangement. Okay, can I do... I see how to do it. Okay, I'm just in the wrong row. So I want something that looks more similar to this. Oh, and that's it. There we go. Okay. Okay, and I need one more. And guess what? I have one more on this stack before that's all the way unstacked. Oops. That's fine. Statue rubble's still in there, I know. Ah, dang it! The comedy. Oh, that's fine. That's what I want. Whoa, this is one of those... Yeah, this is definitely a comedy room. For several reasons. Just, I have so many ways to get myself in trouble here. And not notice until several moments later. Okay, cool. How is this better than doing that in the other place? Well, I think less stuff is stuck now. In fact, only these two against this wall are stuck. All the rest I can get out, I think? Okay, but that doesn't help with the problem that I only have one additional thing up high. It sure does not. There's monster block, there's that block, and also, I mean, this needs to... I have a secondary task that needs to happen here, which I would do something like... let's say... like this? Yeah, so that's nice and friendly. Monster block is unstacked. But the problem remains. I still have to elevate a block, don't I? Alright, so I did some possibly useful stuff here. Now I need to start following my dependency chain, right? Just to check... what can I check? Oh... okay... no... oh, hang on! No, I'm just having insights the normal way right now. Yeah, so foregoing the superpower for a moment. Okay, I'm gonna tuck these into the corner here because they can't be used for anything more, and I need them as out of the way as they can be, which is not very, but it'll have to be enough. I suppose for now I probably would want to just stick this here. Probably. Let's assume for the moment that's what I want to do. And also, while I'm here... there's a... right, okay, so the other thing that's interesting about this switch is that I can hit it from 2 angles. Ah! So check this out. This has to mean something. So now I have 2 ways up. Yeah, cool. How does that help me? Like, I can do this, and I can separately do this. And I could even do one, hop off, and do the other. But how does that help me? It seems like it should be useful. Alright, so to continue to the end of this. The reason it is not solved is because I still only have 2 things up here. Like, this hasn't changed that state of the puzzle. Also, I would need that thing. I would need, like, another thingy here. Okay. Another thingy there. This goes through here. And then... Sure, I'll maintain this as if I'm going to do something more with it, which I'm really not. Okay. Okay. So, nothing about that has solved the fundamental problem. That I need a third thing up high. 4th if you want to count this. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Here I have 2 doors on the floor. Okay, right, so I can put a thing up high here. There, it's up high, but that doesn't help me. Can there be a way for it to help me? Elevation 2 cannot be reached as far as I know. This being up there doesn't help unless I can stand here. I can't be down here hitting this switch while also getting elevated on that. I can't get anything to this location. So while there is, for a moment, something more up high, the fact that I cannot encircle this pillar means I can't do anything with that information. What if... no. Well, but wait, I can stack with that. If I stack, but I can't unstack except... Like, I start with a stack. Having a stack doesn't help. Oh, yes it does. Yes it does. Yes it does. Hold up. I think I'm moments from a solution right here, actually. Let's, this is fine. It'll take a little bit of shuffling, but that's okay. I see something. Something I like. Am I moments from a solution? Could I be as close as I think? With that stacked, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. That's all I need. You sure about that one? Well, I can stack again. No, I can't. This isn't stacking. This doesn't get you up high there. No, this hasn't actually solved the fundamental issue. Because I was thinking, cool, I restacked this with the statue rubble gone. Great. That's not actually what I need. Yeah, this hasn't changed anything. All I did was, I mean, like... Check it out, it's magical. I stacked a monster block on a multi-push. I mean, that's... that state has not improved. Okay. Alright, so, time for notes. Alright, where am I starting? Let's put down some marks. So, plus and plus. Let's say red plus, yellow plus. No, green plus? I don't know. Red plus, green plus, sure. Let's make it red and blue, sure. Alright, red plus, blue plus. And then... purple square. Monster block has to go here, plus one other block, plus another other block. I think you are blue plus. That's my current way of understanding these things. Who is red plus? Okay, so monster block must be sacrificed at 7/6. Monster block must be sacrificed at 7/6. Monster block must first have been separated from statue rubble. Rubbly. The 2 pits on the way to the sacrifice altar must be filled first. Problem. Only 1 block is available to fill pits. Right? That's the state of my understanding. I'd like to... How do I break this down any further than that? Okay, this feels like it presents me with a different problem than Hot Zone and Drain did. Maybe, but okay, so, get into the mindset. Only 1 block is available to fill pits. Okay. How do I fill a pit? Get push block from pillar at... That's not how you spell pillar. 1810. Without dropping it. I need a second answer to this question. The monster block itself will never do. Like, it has to make it here, so just not worth considering. Okay. Put something inside. Put something, use a multi-push block from the initial stack. But this doesn't work downstream. I think I need a secret third option. So the fact that I was able to use both of these didn't ultimately help me, because I was able to do everything I did here without using that, really, in the previous attempt. So if I go back, how did I ever use that south switch? Did I even? This entire solution might never have even touched that thing. Does that door ever come down in this entire replay? I don't think so, no. Sure doesn't look like I'm gonna do that. No, there's nothing that I'm doing here that has to do with lowering that door. Okay, so... this is what I don't know. What does that toggle switch do for me? Okay, so 1412. That's about 95% confidence. Yeah, about 95%. That's about right. Only 95? Shouldn't that be more? Okay, so in a formation like this, where there's walls 1 away on one axis, 2 away on both sides of the other axis. There's no potential for passing through any of these 3 rubbles or getting rid of them. And this is just a permanent infinite height wall. The statue rubble is effectively infinite height in this situation. So yeah, I mean, that's... gonna put that at 99%. So if I can't do that... okay, here we go, here we go. Without being able to put a block at 1412... the door at 1311 can't be used to stack anything. 60% confidence. So let's explore that. To stack here, stacking from north to south, corners a block, and that's not useful. Like, that's already 100% confidence, right? Is there any possible way it could be useful to stack here? As far as I can see, no. So I'm not even going to bother writing that. So, to stack usefully is the beginning of a stack, then I can go around, elevate on this, and I would want to push from here. This only toggles the one thing, this only toggles the one thing. It is toggled by that plate, but again, I think that's just a lockout mechanism? Because yeah, if this is only toggled by that switch, and that puts the switch out of sync with the door, then yeah, that just means I don't really get to... oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh, 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 oh. That actually gives me a new ability. I need another... this situation Can I make this more navigable by doing, like, this? I think so. No, that didn't help. Alright, you go here. Okay. So the reason this is of some interest, I'm gonna need one more of these, or just put this over there. Sure. So here I can get up, switch this. I am at elevation 2. Could I still have had some remnants of the monster blocks stack? And with them... Yeah, unstack something here. Could I, like, do that for... Okay. This is probably... This is not going the way that the other two rooms went, but this seems like an important move. I would say that, but that can't be true, right? Well, okay, so if I had had something here, then it would be legal to have a stack there that still has some stuff on it. I'm in a very much more constrained state like this. But yeah, okay, I think I see what I'm trying to do. Okay, so without any more preparation, I think maybe I can just do this. Alright, what's a minimal number of steps to get... Let's see, if I put this over here, I can unstack 3. That's 2. I can unstack 3. No, I can't. No, it's just gonna have to be like that. Well, you know what I could do? If you want to unstack a bunch, check this out. There's the quick way. Alright, so now... I think what I'm doing is unstacking to this level. No, this level. Keep the rest of this. Pull those two off, put them up here. Okay, can I do everything with this number of multi-push blocks? You want to finish your thoughts? Yes, okay. Get this stack minus the bottom one planted here. Put a block here and here once that's filled. Get up, knock that over. While up high, somehow separate the monster block from the multi-push with the statue rubble. Navigate it all around, discard the block with the statue rubble. Then with the extra thing I pushed off right here, I'm gonna have to push more. Because that doesn't let me get around it. Oh, that still looks like a problem. Okay, I need to answer a different question. What's the minimum number of blocks to get this thing out? Do I need that thing? If I have additional blocks here, there's just not enough space to go any further than that. Okay, but, right, so answering questions about minimums might be useful. So my thought was, this is how stacked I leave it? 3. It's here, 2... 2. 3 multi-pushes, 2 multi-pushes... No, wouldn't it be like this? Okay, so can I do what I want to do with this number of multi-push blocks? And just leaving this exactly as it is. Actually, it doesn't have to be exactly as it is. I can pull it off of there and put it here. Can I actually? Maybe. Okay. That's not quite how I want that. This is. Okay, yeah, so at the very least that's temporarily stashed there and I don't have to touch it at the moment. Here we go, so I get to bop that. And come back. With that done, you know, yeah, okay, so the value of this is it's separate from that whole stack, but I still also need the whole stack. I need both. So if I'm retrieving you, how many blocks does that strictly take? You're no good if you're against the wall, so you have to not be. Going to the north seems better. I do lose my loop turnaround here, so watch out for that. Maybe I don't need it. Yeah, okay, so there's some problems. So I can either do this and walk a path that I lay down here, or use the other switch, which is farther away, and I don't think I have enough things to get to that from here, do I? I would need one more. Okay, well I'm not convinced that this is the correct number of these, so let's pull one more off. And now I gotta shuffle all these around, but that's doable. Okay, you go here for now. Alright, so I did need the one more. That is fine. I've lost my loops, so these aren't coming away from that wall ever. Which means this is not doable. Okay, so I have to do that earlier. That's fine. The rest of this wasn't a huge amount of setup, really. Let's just go back to when I was unstacking those and unstack one more. So right, I got my answer. It's not, like, absolutely authoritative, but it does appear that the minimum number of blocks I can leave in that stack is this number. Okay, next step. Let's go ahead and just put this here. That's a reasonable next step, I would say. And while I'm at it, I can also simultaneously do this part. Right? I think so. Okay, well that's not the most convenient thing. Sure isn't, but that's good enough, I think. Sure. Okay, so with this done, before I do that, I hit that switch. Oh, I need to hit that switch. I actually want this over here. Sure. So use the switch. Relay those out such that they can be in the loop. So let's see. For the loop, I'm gonna go ahead and loop now because nothing is against this wall at the moment. Seems like a good time. In fact, everything is where it needs to be already. Something's wrong. Why am I short one still? I'm short one still. I thought I had enough a moment ago with this. By approaching from here I can, I think. Issue is I can't approach from there, can I? Like, this is what it would have to be, but... How'd I be on that side? to push these into place? Would it help if these were in the south? I don't really like that idea because I lose a bunch of stuff doing it, but I don't think number of multi-push blocks I have afterward is such a problem. Well, if I don't think that, then can I use you instead? Maybe that's... Yeah, that is much cheaper to do, isn't it? But getting up there is hard. Right, that's the whole thing. Getting up there is hard. Ah, could I bridge over one thing with this? While, like... no. Bridge over in a way that lets me get there? No. Well, okay, now hang on. What if... could these be laid out differently in a way that would let me get through there? That doesn't do it. From in here... nothing that lets me get in here would bridge the way I need to bridge. Okay, so that's not quite working. Where did I go wrong? If I took one more of these, sure, but then that loses a resource I need. I can't use the one with statue rubble on it. That one has to be... it can't go either of these places because that's in the way. That has to be just discarded. Alright, well let's try, since I haven't yet, laying this out that way. It looks... well, it's about the same, isn't it? Like, one way or another, I need a semicircle around this pillar. Yeah, that's pretty much true. I guess, technically, I can maybe go, like, that route and just have one here. Okay. But what would let me... I don't even have enough to bridge from here to... well, technically I do, but that's not enough to do the rest of my task. Yeah, so I needed every single one of them? Now hold on, I thought I didn't here? How many of those blocks did I use in the process of getting that blue plus? How did I actually do that? Twing, 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 twing. Did I just leave one out? Or did I actually use all of them? Like, isn't this the same number? Did I unstack that one more time? I did. And I used all of them. I used all of them. Did I do the same thing here? This one I didn't use the south switch at all. So what was my layout for the north one? So I did it with the north one? Wait, yeah, how did I do that? Sure, I've already unstacked lots of stuff. I probably used all my blocks. Semicircle all the way around. I did not use all my blocks. Two are not involved. Okay, so I put this here and got around... okay, so that's the layout. One goes here. An L shape goes there. Less of an L shape. Aha, this lets me save one more. Okay, and I was pretty sure I needed to do that. That's why those replays are useful. One of the reasons. So unstack one less. There we go, unstacked one less. How is this ever going to end up helping me? I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe that was never necessary. Well, before I lose the ability to do it, though, let's at least bother to get the thing done. With the hope that it'll become useful later. No, it does. It is, because I have to toggle the... Yeah, this has to be in the other state. Okay, so it's still relevant. It's just downstream of what I was looking at. Okay, so now... I configure things thusly. One goes... Don't push north. One goes here. These go there, and here. This does not look like enough blocks, but it is. Okay. You're pulled out of there, and this is no good. Well, maybe it's okay. If I hop down, I can recover some things, and I still have this, and that can be yeah, so I can, like, revitalize this route by hopping up on here, and I think I have to? No, I can do that again later, because, like, it's... No, that's fine. So if I put this north... is it fine? Yeah. It's actually okay to put this here. I don't have enough blocks that way, though. Yeah, I'm a little short on my block count now. Like, to get from here, I need 4. How would I have 4? Maybe there's some way to shuffle these around that lets me have 4... Can't do that. This doesn't work. That has put you out of reach. Well, actually, the 4th can be... Okay, the 4th can be... this one. As long as I can still get... And how would that be? Recovering those seems important. But doing anything seems hard. I can't have had... Can I have had this in another arrangement? Like, if this were instead more like... I don't see how. Maybe... So that would mean... Don't put you in there quite so early. Put this here instead. And if that's going to be my access route... What does that even look like then? I guess, right, okay, so if this is here... Those are there. Still not good enough. That results in the same layout and also doesn't actually work. That's just worse for everybody. Well, this didn't quite resolve. So this is what I was doing. Let's take another look at this. And I guess, okay, so I'll continue from here. So right now, this is up. Since this is up, I am going to want to use this again. I need to get back up here while I'm up high. I can get up high there, but I need 1, 2, 3, 4 Chebyshev distance to get here. I only have 3 blocks that I can really access if I hop off from here. Yeah, the rest of these are locked up. Oh, wait a second. Sneakily, there's another place I can hop off, which is here. And I can liberate those, and now I have 4. Okay. I buy it. No I don't because of where you are. That seems bad. But I can save it once this is done. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Wow! The last minute complication. I still think I have... Why did I think this was the solution? I had a reason. I had a good reason. Like, I was credibly claiming that this is a solution. I put that out of reach, but that's okay. I have another one I can use. And I'll get it back in reach later. So I want this to be here. Is that so? Well, why doesn't this go here then? That'll work. Okay. Okay. So now I can fix up that part of my situation. Get these back out, and while I'm at it, go ahead and lower that again. Okay. Okay, this is looking good. I think I've done the things I wished to have done. So right now... Why was this going to be involved? Well, it already was once. I think it's done at this point, actually. Okay, I think it's done at this point. I'm gonna set down a checkpoint. Okay, I need to... Ah, I see why it was involved. Because I need this up with a thing on it right now. So I'm going to be using this to get back, which is fine. And then I've left myself as many here as I can to allow for navigating around stuff like this. Okay, so, oh, that had to be the other way around, actually. Okay, like this. Here, let's just... That, I think? This. You come back. I needed more blocks than I have. Okay, I did that too early. How can that be? Uh-oh, this fell apart. Things didn't work out. Can I do this partially to at least see where my issues are? Yeah, my issues are that... I don't have anything here. That's the main one. Let's do a last minute unstack. How would I do that? Well, okay, I have access to both of these. It's not actually hard to do at all. So last minute unstack has been done. Then I re-put this here with, okay. That's fine. Not making this as easy for myself as I could, but that's normal. Okay. This is the puzzle state I wanted, roughly. With one more block out. Well, yeah, that one more is going to actually go here. And no, the one more is going to go here. This goes there, those go here, this goes there. Okay. How about this? Now I can put this here, get up high, knock it over. Knock that over. It's close, but it's not there. I still have problems. If you could get away from that wall, I would have something. Is there a way you could get away from that wall? If these were like over here instead of where they are, but they can't be. If I had 2 more blocks, but I can't. If this could go back down, which I really don't think it can. I mean, not with me able to do anything about it. If this could... no. Okay, so am I still short a block? Is there another way I could lay this out that'd be more useful? Like, yeah, so what I have here is the requisite number of blocks up high, just not the ability to put them in the correct places. I mean, okay, let's do some of this then. Could I have swizzled the monster block off the statue rubble at this point? Well, no, because I'm using all of my multi-pushes. I can't have had more of those away from that wall. With where this is... Okay, now, here's a thought. Did I actually want all 3 of those against that boundary? Maybe I didn't. I mean, that did seem useful, yes, but maybe there's another... hold on. So before you do that, first do this. Waha! So those 2. And then one goes here. One goes here? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, this is awful. None of that's any good. But let's keep going. Well, no, if I'm doing that, then you would be the one who goes here. I need more wrapped around. Do I? Wait, don't I have the right number here? No, I'm 1 short. I'm a couple short. Okay, right, so instead of pushing up to that column, put this here, put that there, and here? That's not a useful spot. No, this hasn't done anything other than made it impossible to get that thing back. If this were there, I could have something, but it's not. I can do this, which is not useful. I can't undo the things I'm doing here. This could have already been in that spot. Would that be useful? Yeah, it would. Okay, so hang on. So I just put the... Alright, this might help. So before you do that, do this. That might solve... Well, no. Well, are you sure? No, don't put it there. Put it... here? I can't. No, where I want it is here, but that disrupts... Well, does it? I mean, I can have already put a multi-push block there, right? If I'm approaching from this angle, I can have. And I can approach from this angle. That's fine. I have my layout wrong, though. Hooah. Okay. Gotta rotate a bit. Well, I'm gonna need... I don't know what I'm gonna need. Where do I want that? Like, right now I can do this, sure. But that puts it right back in that same spot. I wanted it here. I think there is a moment when I can do that. Okay, so keep rotating then. This gotta go here. This one goes... Right, the idea was that this goes here. No, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just... No, what I want to do is stack that on there from the other switch, like this. Put it there, get back down, then do the rest of your business. Like, just don't ever have to interact with that in that situation, not until later. Yes, this makes sense. Okay, so next steps are that... that. And how many of these can I stack up there? So I have those two. Do I have an extra? You can go. You can do this. Okay, so if I had an extra, let's put it to actual use. Problem is, that's not the kind of extra I need, is it? If I had... Okay, if instead of doing... No, I have to do that. I still need one more yet. That's the issue here, right? Because, like, I want that, but I can't have that. Because now this doesn't reach. So maybe you could be like one of those up there, or one of these could be one of those up there. Maybe, actually. Maybe, actually. So if I do this... Yeah, I think I see something. That's not good enough. Okay, so where are my issues here? That happens, you do this. I push it off. But I can't reclaim this one. The statue rubble gets in the way. I am so close. This really feels like I am close. This is currently doing nothing. If it had been here, would that solve all my problems? Well, it's easy enough to try. I've already had a layout similar to this. In fact, this is the same number of blocks, isn't it? Wait, I didn't gain any blocks? Yeah, the problem is this is too far west, and it can't have been farther east. That is the problem. Like, jumping off this side doesn't help me. I can't get back up again. This did help me get here. That was necessary, this was necessary. I needed both of them. If you could just be over here... No, I need 2 more. I would need 2 more or to be able to move those somehow, which I cannot. This can go aside for a moment, but that's not helpful. So I need these to be here, but they have to be where they are to use this means of elevation. Can I use the other one? That's just entirely worse. I also can't get in there anymore. But I can't use you now because you're clogged up with that block that I need to use to get up. So I have to get from here to there. I have to get from here to there, which takes a certain number of blocks, but then once I'm there, I need more blocks than I have. Is there anything I can do to prepare this situation better first? If I'm unstacking the monster block... I did do a last minute unstack. If I'm unstacking the monster block early to get it off the statue rubble, then that doesn't let me get the thing up high. Right? Or maybe... Yeah, no, the whole thing is, like, it's... What I'm enabled to do by this situation so I have 1 extra, but I need more than 1 extra. What I'm enabled to do by this situation... Here are the extra. Wait, no. Okay, the one I'm standing on is kind of extra? Like, I can't do this now. This has to move. I lose those... I lose so many things. I just have no way to get around this thing that I unstacked. I have nothing else to unstack. Like, this can't move. I can't... It's not useful to do this, yeah? Definitely not, because that statue rubble is now joined with the other statue rubbles and is never coming out of there. There's no going down. Okay, so just to see what it would do... let's see, I can still do this. It'll be awkward, but I can do it. Sure, not so bad actually. Yes it is. Okay, so if I did this then... Rearranged you to there. Okay, there we go. So with this unstacked one more. Sure, let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna rearrange you a little bit more one more time. that's not helping. Yes it is, it's fine. Okay, so put that there. Put this here. No, not there. Here. And stack. And yeah, now I have nothing. Like, that hasn't contributed anything to my up-high blocks that I can actually do anything with. Yeah, that's out of the way. But that has not helped. That's why I need this stacked at least this much. But from here, I have an impasse. I can't get this away from that wall. Like, if I go down to push it south, then I'm not there anymore. If I go down, I'm not in a position to put it anywhere anymore. I mean, okay, just for fun, let's try this. Nothing about that could ever be useful, because this makes an impenetrable south boundary. I'm definitely pushing that west. Can't do that until you're moved. Ah, so close. So close. Okay, well I didn't follow the process. This room seemed to necessitate a different one, and this did not get me all the way there. I still believe this. You are the red plus. So at least I know who that is now, maybe. It's just that it's what I want to do, but I can't. And I do still actually need the block here. Yeah, I do still actually need the block there. So re-change that layout to this, because after all that has happened, pretending that I've dealt with that situation, I've pushed this south, I've put something in here. I mean, okay, sure, we can pretend this way. But the rubble. If I could switch which one is the rubble one and which one is not. Which I can't. But if I could, then yeah, that would solve my issues. I would ditch this, put this aside, put this in here, which I just did. But it doesn't work that way. I can't swap these two. Right? Yeah, this one has no way to come away from that wall unless I had something here and here. Which I cannot have because that makes the distance from here too great. With the number of things I have. If I could recover those two, which I can't. Pushing them all the way north would not do anything of use. There wasn't another way to have gotten something here. This had to be where it was. Because yeah, there's nothing interesting about doing this. You have to be here for that to be interesting. So therefore I need the way to go around. This doesn't provide one. There's not going to be some other way around, probably. Especially not with this open. It's so close though. If I could just retoggle that one more time? Yeah, but now I'm not up there. Now it's not there to do that. How sad. Okay, well, that's the best I can do for today. That was a lot of progress. I have something that I think will lead to the solution if I can solve one more little problem with it. It's closer than what I had before. So maybe the text process can get me there next time. But I'm walking away from this. Next time I might open these doors. There's also dreamers to look at. Yeah, okay. So like, this was progress, just not a solve, but still progress. Okay. Yeah, next time possibly dreamers, possibly opening doors. I'll probably feel like exploring, but we will find out then.